Hi Bestie, how you getting on? How you doing today? Today we are going to be dispelling a couple of myths. I'm currently doing the 200 envelope challenge over on YouTube. And with that, we're stuffing a certain amount of money every single day with the hope that we're going to save up £20,000 by the end of the year. Sometimes I do that digitally and sometimes I do that in cash. And when I do that in cash, the comments that I get are usually like, "Oh my god, you're like a rich person, blah, blah, blah." What people are failing to recognize is that they're seeing a snapshot in time. And yes, I get it. I'm able to do it quite quickly because I'm pouring every piece of money that I have into these challenges, but they can be done by anybody. What I often see is those 100 envelope challenge binders over on Etsy, over here, those sorts of ones, and they are cool if you live in a place in the world where you don't have coins. Places like America where there's a $1 note, really, really good. But they don't always work for us because we have coins and they're gonna fall out. So often what people in England have to resort to is envelope challenges, where you seal separate envelopes every single time you stuff it, right? So let me introduce you the 100 envelope challenge. So this is something that's on my Etsy store. This is a 100 envelope challenge just tracker. This used to be with stickers, and I'm getting some stickers reprinted soon. Don't worry about that. But basically what it is you stuff a envelope every single time you stuff. And for the 100 envelope challenge, you save 5,050. So you start wherever you want to start. So if you've got a spare tenner, a spare 20, whatever it is, and then you fill in an envelope every time. So these can be done digitally, but they often work really well when they're done with physical cash, because once you've hidden that cash away, it is nowhere. Like, you can't spend that, right? So this is what I have, but sometimes we want to do stuff a little bit cheaper, and sometimes we want to get a bit of a bargain. So Besties, what I've done is I've gone to Home Bargains and I've worked out a way to get a 100 envelope challenge super cheap. So let's have a look at what I got. So I went to my local Home Bargains and I was looking for envelopes, and obviously there's lots of choices. You can get the long flat ones and all that, but look what I got. I got these bad boys. These are brown money envelopes, and there's 50. So there's 50 in a pack. So this is 100 envelopes here. And these were, I believe, 69p, which is like an absolute bargain. So look at what we got. I'll open one for you if I can get to it. So look at this. So they're like one of those really small ones. So with this, it means that you have to fold the money, and they're already gummed, but you could use a little bit of tape if you wanted to. So with this, you'd write the amount of money on the side of it. So you'd label them all up, so you go one all the way through. And what we're going to do today is we're going to make one of these. You write the number on there and then you stuff it. What I've also got is I've picked up this as well. So this is a raffle cloakroom ticket. So what you could either do with this, so you're not going to use all of these, you're going to use it up to about here, up to 100, right? You could tear off each one because they're all perforated, right? And you could tape that to the front if you wanted to. And then you could also use this side here to mark off what you've done. So I thought that was a really good way of tracking it if you didn't want to get something like this. There's also loads of other ways to make a tracker as well. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to label all of these up and just show you how easy it is to be done. So we're going to go through, do a little bit of a time lapse now, do a little bit of music. I can't get this open. I'm gonna go through and get a bit of a time lapse. Oh my god, got it. I got it. I'm strong. So we're going to do a bit of a time lapse while I label all of these up. I'm just going to use like a simple Sharpie, but even if you went on like Temu, you can get like stickers for 1 to 100, which might be even easier. But I'm going to label all of these up because at the end of today's video, we're going to do a bit of a giveaway. So let's have a bit of music. Let's get this done and let's do it. Okay, so that's all of them done. That probably took about 4 minutes to do. So obviously you could get stickers, you could buy like something completely different, but this is a way to do it really, really cheap. So I think they were 69p. So if they were 69 times 2, £1.38 for a 100 envelope challenge. So for the people who say that they can't do a 100 envelope challenge, like they couldn't possibly do one, it costs £1.38 to make, maybe a little bit more if you want to track it like this, and then you just do the envelopes that you want to do. So you're not always going to have £100 available, and that's why there is no time limit on a 100 envelope challenge. If it takes you a year to do, fantastic. If it takes you 4 years to do, in 4 years you have 5 grand. Like, why would you not attempt it? Like, I see a lot of people saying that, you know, doing the 100 envelope challenge is a rich person's game and that sort of thing, but anyone can do it. And yes, it might take some people a little bit longer, but it might take people a little shorter than what they believe because of the sacrifices they make to make it happen. Do you know what I mean? So we've got this, and basically how it would work, and let me just show you. So let's say, for instance, I would like to stuff £20, right? So I get £20 from my money, right? And I get the 20 envelope, 1920, here she is. And then I stuff the money in there. So she'll go in like that, and then we can use a little bit of tape, or we can just lick this and stick it over. And then this gets put somewhere separately so that when we've finished doing it, we can count up all the money and put it into our bank, right? So there's some people who will feel very, very uncomfortable having that much cash lying around their home. And to that I say, if you don't want to do that and you don't live in a safe area, maybe something like this might be really handy, because with this one, you can just move that into like a Monzo pot or a separate bank account, and then just use a Sharpie to strike off these as and when they're done. But let's say, for instance, you don't even have the money to do this, right? Then what I would do is I would grab a simple piece of lined paper and I'd draw a grid. So I'd do that, 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 that. And then what we want to do is 10 by 10. So that is your 10 by 10, which is 100. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, right? So what you'll do is you'll just color one in as you do it. So you can only see what's available. Now, for some people, they like to start with envelope number 1 and work their way through. Some people, they like to work backwards. And I'm one of the people that like to work backwards because it becomes easier and easier the more you do it. But as you can see from the 200 envelope challenge, I've darted in between. I've just done what suits my budget. So essentially, that's how you would make a 100 envelope challenge on the cheap. Like, that is all you need to make a 100 envelope challenge. And what I'm going to do really quickly is just fill this in so you can see what it might look like. Okay, so that's what the 100 envelope challenge looks like. Obviously, we're going to stage this a little bit for the thumbnail. So let's do that. That looks bad. But yeah, that's essentially what it is. The whole purpose of this video is to show you that it can be done. And whether you've got £20 spare at the end of the week, whether you've got £19 spare at the end of the month, you can do it. Another trick that people do with the 100 envelope challenge is they say to themselves, okay, well, I can't afford the 100 envelope and I can't envision myself affording the 100 envelope anytime soon. They'll do all the envelopes that they can do, so let's say 1 to 30, right? And then they find themselves at a stalemate. They don't have enough money to do any further envelopes. What they'll then do is they'll consolidate all of that money from 1 to 30 and move it into higher envelopes, and they'll keep doing that along the way until they're to a point where all they've got left is 1 to 30. It takes longer to do it that way, but it can still get done, bestie. So we do have this, and this is going to be available for a giveaway, bestie. So not only these are going to be put into a giveaway, the last sort of 3 giveaways that I've done, I've drawn the winner and nobody's claimed it. So at the moment, I've got a pretty much an advent calendar sized box ready to give away. We've got all sorts of stuff. So we've got just loads and loads of stuff. If you would like to be entered into that giveaway, drop this emoji, and the next time I do a DIY video, we're gonna draw that winner, and you better message me on Etsy so that I can send it to you, because it's getting so big now that I'm getting concerned about the shipping costs. Hi guys, gals, non-binary pals, thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please give this video some love, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe, and if you are going to comment, please use this emoji. When you use that emoji as well, you'll get entered into the giveaway. There's so much in there that like you're gonna want it. You're gonna want it for sure, bestie. Have you considered becoming a channel member or a patron? Patrons get exclusive content, sneak peeks and significant discounts off my Etsy store. Channel members get early access to every single video. In fact, they've seen this video long before you have, bestie. If you like the sound of those perks and you like the sound of me, have a look at the links in the description. You will not regret it, bestie. That's all we have for this DIY video. And I know it was a small DIY, but I just wanted to show you how simple and easy it is to make this happen. You don't always have to buy lovely, beautiful, stunning trackers like this, but it does help me out if you do. But until the next DIY video, bestie, I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. Always remember, don't trust Ira. Do we pose for the thumbnail like this? No, I don't know. I think maybe if I do a shot, no, let me do something. Let me do, I don't know.